I think I should give him the whole thing.
If you want. Will he? Does he want the whole thing?
Hello. What's your hot dog? Hot dog. You keep the hot dog. Eat it, my love. Snacks, it has everything on it. Yeah, eat. Take a big bite. Ah, mama, go get you. You lucky, huh? Mama. Hot, no drugs.
Yo, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can wear it, but I want to like have it tomorrow.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, my name is Omar. My middle name is Muhammad Abdullah Elmi. I was born in 1987 in the City of Light, the City of Islam, in the city called Mogadishu, Somalia, in the year of 1987. To my mother, whose name is Mariam, and to my father's name, who is Muhammad Abdullah. When I was born, I was a sickly child. So like I had to like be taken care of. The 3 kids that were born before me, my mom told me that they were stillbirth. I remember being on my mom's lap, being taken care of, drinking bone broth. On this wrist here, there's like a burn mark, and on here, there's a burn mark here and burn mark there. That was given to me so that I could live. At the age of 4, unfortunately, what happened in 1991 in that city called Mogadishu was civil war. During that civil war, all I remember was standing next to a guy to my right that was protecting the household, and we lived through that because my father entrusted that man our lives to him, and with the power of the AK. And standing his ground, we survived leaving the house together. When we left the house, we were in the back of a pickup Toyota truck. Apparently, like people sing songs and shit, right? Lullabies. Apparently, I was told that the song that we were singing about was chopping off people's legs and arms. And the guy who was the passenger to the driver, whatever, he didn't like that. Apparently he got off the truck and he wanted to like just kill us all right there. So like, but the dude that my father entrusted our lives to, he calmed him down and we went on our way. From there we hit what we call a refugee camp. It's like a temporary place where it's an in-between place, right? So like in there, the only memory I have is apparently just like setting up a trap to catch birds and then release them. Eventually, the next memory that I have is being sent to Kenya, Nairobi, with one of my brothers, and there was a lady there that was taking care of us. Eventually, we left. When we were leaving Kenya, I thought that the family members would be joining us on the trip on the airplane. Only then and then was I told that the family would not be joining. It would be just me and my brother. And that was, I rolled with it, whatever. It was like pretty bad, you know? And then eventually we came to the city called Montreal, Quebec in the year of 1993, February. When we got off the airplane, they had a connector piece. On the left side, you can see the airplane and you can see snow. I stood there frozen while some Canadians were putting boots and mittens and jackets, shit of that nature. But the most thing that caught my eye was the snow. Now, fast forward we lived in, when we came to Montreal eventually, it was time to go to school. Knowing that English is the language of business, we wanted to learn English, right? But there's a law in Quebec that says that if the parents did not learn French, then the kids must learn French. So I got put in a room where I was tested to see like if I could fit in or whatnot. After the test panned out, I got put in class. So like what I remember between 93 to like 93, 94, 95, 96 is literally not going to school except for like 1 or 2 years. So like I absorbed the language through like television and talking and shit of that nature. So like around the year of 1998, my guardian said that we're gonna be leaving Montreal to go to London, Ontario. London. When they say London, you think of London, UK, right? So I thought London, UK. Because in Montreal, when I was growing up, they were super relaxed. We had everything taken care of. We had a park that when it was time for like school in the month of September, the whole school would go to the park and we would be doing multiple different games that were good for the kids, you know? And they would take us to a pool to learn how to swim. They would take us on field trips that were paid for by the school, you know? But anyways, the time came to move to London, Ontario. Before I moved to London, Ontario, one of my main things that I liked was playing chess with my boy, playing Dragon Ball Z with our imagination on the balcony with my friend Kevin. And I like Dragon Ball Z a lot. The very first show that I remember seeing is Superman. I remember when we were watching that the lady said like that man's gonna be having his back broken. Apparently that man later on, because of abuse of horse or whatever, had his back broken. Anyways, let's fast forward. I was told we're going to London. Not a problem. I didn't tell anyone, whatever, you know, I just go. Apparently, and then I found out that we're going to London, Ontario. Like, we didn't leave the country, you know, like what the fuck? So like in Montreal, I did not know any English whatsoever. Just like the same thing that an English kid would know in grade 7, 6, like how to say boots, cat, dog. Not very useful, right? So,
What about French?
huh?
What about French?
When we came to London, Ontario, I did not know any English pretty much, just like French, you know? And then I could have gotten to what we call a French immersion school, where I would learn French and English, but it was like 2 or 3 hours away. So I went to a school that's like 10, 20 minutes away. So like I was transferred to that school in grade 7. It was not a good fit because like I needed help in like getting some like knowing like what the hell happened in grade 6. They were teaching me English, things of that nature. I had to pick up on so many different things, you know? You guys, while we're playing music instruments, I played no musical instruments. So like when I came, I felt like the flavor of the week, you know? And they were trying to like get me to say some words like that were difficult to me, like hippopotamus, Niagara Falls, and things of that nature. As soon as I came to London, Ontario, wait, I have to like back up. I've never fought anyone while I was going to in my Montreal school. I remember like being called upon to like stop a fight. I would just show up and the fight would break. I would do nothing, you know? And then there were some kids that were not part of my class that I've never actually paid attention to their faces, that were chasing me and my brother almost like more than a couple of times. But like the easiest thing when you can is to run away, right? So we run away every single time that happens. The father figure seen us one day and he said what some fathers would say, beat them up or I'm gonna get you or whatever, right? So he gave us that message. Lo and behold, the next day or the day after, we were chased yet again by the same individuals. But like we never actually spoken a single word to these individuals. They didn't know our personalities or anything like that. We just ran whenever we feel like danger, right? So like we were about to like keep running. Across the street, we see a father figure. Well, that's like a roadblock, right? I've never heard a fly, a bird, or anyone slap no one. No. Well, I heard someone apparently when I was like 3 for an odd reason, but I asked for forgiveness, you know. And as soon as we saw the father figure, we stopped running. We saw the father figure. There they are. We faced them. Never used my hands other than the one time that I used the stick. What I did, what.
I asked you a question, sir. Can I be in it?
No Haile Selassie right now.
When I'm done,
I'm okay. So like we faced the 2 guys that were chasing us. They were not our classmates. Clearly not my classmate. They were bigger than us. What I did is I took my left hand, I believe, and I smashed the man's head against a concrete wall. No warning given, no fucks given. I just did it, and my brother simultaneously took his right hand and smashed the man's head against the car window. They dropped less than 4 seconds. And then we turned around and we walked away. That wasn't education. There's something that I have to tell you first. When I was in Somalia at the age of 4, when the Black Hawk ship broke down, I knew that Americans were in the country. I knew that there was some guy called Bill Clinton. I didn't know your skin color or whatever, but like when I came to Montreal, after a year or 2, I had to analyze the environment that I was in. So like I had to like separate them from the American soldiers that were there that I remember and Bill Clinton. So the way I, as a 6 years old or whatever, made the decision, no, I wasn't 6, like more like 7 or 8. The decision I made is that saying that the soldiers are separate from citizens. Therefore, I can't be mad at citizens. So whatever, government, soldiers, citizen. Anyways, I'll take the juice. So that was my first fight in my life. And what that taught me was negativity, is what it taught me. It taught me that in this country, a man can be brought down face first by a bloody hand or whatever, and all human beings will watch that man's body. That's what it taught me. Now, so like I'm a foreigner that I was waiting for, what do you call, good health. And I got my good health at the age of 3 and 4. And war happened. So like I was told to like I was on the go. So like my country was Somalia. So I had to I came from a house. So I had to go from a house to refugee to a country called Kenya. When I was much older, I thought that Kenyans, politics is politics. You gotta dominate or whatever. But like, so anyways, let's fast forward. I believe it may have been the first day or the second day or whatever. My brother comes and knocks on the door and tells me to come out. This is my first time socializing with a English Somali, basically. He was a tall nigga, and he had 2 brothers, one that was similar age and one that was younger. He said that I got someone for you to fight. For whatever reason, I did not say no, and I went for it. And I got put in monkey in the middle. So that was like a memory, whatever. And then eventually, once I got to the schooling project, I became friends with a guy called Ibrahim Al-Darbi. The reason why we became friends is basically for 2 prime reasons. He lived in my complex, and he's also, his name is Ibrahim, which I associate with Islam, you know? For whatever, like in Montreal, my classmates never once said a bad word, picked on me. But like as soon as I came to this London, Ontario, niggas were trying to like get me like say words that I could not say. I was the flavor of the week. And then like they're like, look at your forearm, how skinny he is. But the thing is, like I haven't learned how to mock a human being until like quite recently, you know? The man that was saying that he himself is skinny, right? It was kind of fucked up. And there was, yeah, so anyways, I eventually graduated from that school. What I learned is that the schooling system was highly different from what we call the French Montreal way. I'm gonna say something. Like I understand that finances is good for a city and shit like that, and you have to be good with like making sure that there's always something coming back and shit of that nature, right? Um, so like, anyways, what I'm trying to say is that the schooling system in Montreal, they, like I was saying, they paid for our field trips, and not a single classmate ever said anything to one another, you know? It was respectful. But like you come into the schoolyard of like London, Ontario, and they're like getting you to say like weird words, and then saying like the forearm thing. But the worst part of it is that like back in Montreal, when the teacher's teaching us English, she ain't an Anglophone. She's a Francophone that's just trying to do her best to teach you some English, right? Same thing in English school. They especially for public, they're just trying to teach you the basics or whatever. But like I learned arrogance is given by the teachers. One day I wanted to correct a French teacher, right? I wanted to correct them, but like they did not submit to being corrected. Once that was done, it was game over for me. Game over, game over. So like I saw arrogance. I don't know what narcissism is, but I know what arrogance is. Arrogance is a dude that speaks way better French than you should know what he's saying, even if he's younger, you know? So that was step one. So eventually I graduated from grade 7 to grade 8. And then more or less, I'm being somewhat still learning that English curvature, right? I came to Toronto in the year of 2021 in May to escape the COVID-19 coronavirus unknown, basically. Yeah.
So, where is your family right now?
My family, immediate family, they live in London and Toronto. I disassociated from them.
Why?
Let me tell you something then. Basically, when we were growing up, we were disciplined, and our discipline wasn't very kind. So like at the age of 15, I thought about committing murder with a hammer to the person, and I didn't do it because I thought it was inconvenient. Bear with me for a moment. I got a memory issue. You asked why did you disassociate from your family? Let me tell you. I asked my brother who came to this country with me to like at the age of 18, that golden age, to like move out with me, right? He said no. I'm your brother, move out with me. We were working dudes in grade 10, my nigga, right? Full time. Call center work is what we were doing while going to school at the same time.
Is he the same age as you?
Huh? He's 2 years older than me. So I asked him if he wanted to move out. He said no. So like me being a man and a straightforward kind of shooter, I went to the father figure, and we talked, and I told him that I want to move out, and I gave him my reason. I was like, when I get a paycheck, I don't want 200 off the fucking 800. I want my fucking 800, right? But like he tried to like make a compromise and shit like that. But like what that taught me is that like by asking to make a compromise and not granting my wishes is that you're not gonna grant my wishes as quick as possible. So I closed that door real quick, and I accepted his compromise and gave the man the first hug in my life. But I still wanted to move out. I smiled for him for the first time, and then at work I hooked up with a guy who has the same name as you, called Reed. I went to Reed's apartment after work or before work, and I told the man that I need a place to move out to. And he said, I got you. So like every single day on the way to work, I would take a little bit of clothes and yada yada. And then I moved. I moved. Let me tell you something. My sister, one of my sister, came to Canada all on her own, and she came to my work, and supervisor was like, your sister's here to see you. Back then, I was going through the emotions of understanding how many chains were attached to me, that how people may be wearing masks, and how lonely I am without an actually caring family. And then this lady shows up at work that I don't remember the face, but they say your sister. I was in Canada at that point 7 years plus another 10. So I was in that country 21 years almost, right? We'll just say 21. And I left I put my shit down. I followed my supervisor. I looked in the hallway, and there's a Somalian sister. I look into her eye, and I connect. I cry, and I just walk out of work. So like that sister and the brother, that brother that I asked to move out with me, he did not. He left in the basement, he broke his leg, and they made him still sleep in the basement, my nigga. They asked me to move in with them, right? I said, listen, I would like to contribute with the furniture selection. They did it without me, which is cool, right? And then I eventually moved in with them. In 2009, I left the country to see. I have to tell you a couple. In 2009, I left the country to go see my mother and the rest of the family for the first time. I went to a country called Denmark as an in-between place. I chilled and relaxed in the city called Copenhagen. It was very well organized. I liked it, good review. I chilled with my aunt and cousins. I learned things, and then eventually my aunt, being a weirdo, she asked me to make a video camera recording of her giving a message to her sister, and the message was, "Be kind to this man." So anyways, eventually I did not go back to Somalia for whatever reason. I went to the country to the north, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. There for the first time, I saw my little sister, I saw one of my older brother, and I saw my mom for the first time since I was the age of 4. The first thing that happened is that the younger sister, I patted her head as an older sibling, and the older brother, he took my pack of cigarettes from me. That was the first interaction that we had as a family since the refugee camp, my nigga. So I don't remember my mama's face, but I gotta tell you something that's hardcore. Before leaving the country in 2009, every single day I'm on OK Cut, super chill. One day I was chilling at the 4th floor with my friends, and I walked out to the balcony, and then I went over the edge of the balcony and helped myself. My buddies were just chilling over in the living room. I looked at the tree, and when I looked at the tree, I was like, that tree is doing its purpose in life, but I'm not doing my purpose in life. I thought about a split-second killing of myself when I came over the edge just by looking at the fucking tree. It made me wanna jump. But the Somalian people are gossipers. But gossipery means that a nigga who's Somali who dies in Alberta, I'm gonna pay attention to that Negro. In South Africa, I'm gonna pay attention to that. So I figured that if I killed myself by jumping, that news would reach my mama and she would get hurt. So not to hurt her, just like the Tupac guy, I visualized eyes that I've never remembered, that I did not want to hurt, you know? So I came back, I never told anyone about that. But I don't know what kind of society we live in that's like this, but but like that was my first attempt, and I wasn't sad the week before or the week after. I dealt with it. Just by looking at the tree. Now I'm gonna fast forward. Gods, goddess, goddesses. So like you may have a Christian background, Jew background, Hindu background. I had a Muslim background, which was, in my humble opinion, it wasn't very well taught in my early age. It was like when it was prayer, it was kind of forced on me. I'd rather watch Dragon Ball Z, you know. So like I would do fake prayer, you know. So when I was growing up in Somalia, I never felt subjugated. The word subjugated means being dominated, being controlled against your will, right? I've never had that feeling. Free man, right? Like even if at the age of 3, I have the intelligence that if you hurt me, I'll wait. When your back is turned, a week or 2, I'll hurt you hard. And then I got slapped, and then I asked for forgiveness. When my first year of like living on my own, I felt depression due to loneliness, being cut off from what you call family, and the friends is not really friends per se. I'll help you out, you help me out. We're courteous to each other, but you ain't my family. I can't put that much burden on a friend, right? So I felt loneliness. I felt there were a lot of chains, and for whatever reason, I felt like man was wearing a fucking mask that I did not know. You're the most beautiful. I was a working dude in high school, and after high school, I was a working dude. And then eventually, because I was not listening properly, I got fired. I got an EI. I partied that summer. That's what I did. And then I did cocaine and whatever, mushrooms, whatever. I partied. And then during December of the following summer, that's the year of 2000 that I left to go see the family that I left at the age of 4. So like that.
So how did all that partying and shit affect you?
The partying did not affect me negatively. I always am the observant one.
I really want to understand like how do you have a home right now?
I do not have a home right now.
So how did you end up homeless?
I will tell you. I will tell you. Okay, so let's fast forward. After staying in Somalia for X amount of time, I got bigger, whatever. I quit smoking cigarettes. I was smoking it sparsely. Okay, Mama told me to like stay and live with your brother, and I honored her. Me and my brother are fire and oil or whatever, and my sister, they fought over a cake, and cops got caught. I had to like turn away the cop or whatever. But like the sister went off, married, so it's me and just the brother, right? We brought a younger sister here as well, eventually. So like I stay with my brother that I don't get along with because Mama told me to stay with. Eventually, I wanted to move up, but like I don't want to like leave him hanging, you know? I'll tough it out for whatever. Eventually, in the year, my health, my speech is my money. In this country, you work with your hands or with or by speaking. I speak. So like I started having difficulty in speaking. I went to a doctor to address that, and doctor did not help. I went to a doctor yet again to address that, and they did not help. I went to a third doctor, and at the third doctor, I went to emergency 2 times, and I went to a walk clinic once. I felt like if I was a white dude with blonde hair, that maybe he would have treated me differently. That was the first time, you know? Like my boy takes me to a haircut place, and I want to get a haircut, and the lady's like, I can't cut your hair. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know? Like I go to my friend to like fucking Sarnia without my wallet, and I walk, and I get stopped by cops from one sidewalk to sidewalk more than 4 times, you know? So my brother and I lived with him to honor my mom, and my health was declining, and work was no longer enjoyable. the first job that I had when I came back, it was new, it was educational, so I liked it, right? So like they changed it to make me, they changed the program of roadside assistance to something that was straight up parent-like. I could not respect that, so I left that job, you know? So like the second job that I eventually received, I wanted to try to make it into a motherfucking career, right? My fucking health went down. I complained to a doctor. To me, doctor is someone that should help you. 2 times, my health keeps going down. If
What was wrong with your health?
I had difficulty in speaking. Yes, to you, it may not seem like I'm having difficulties, but like I am having difficulty in speaking. You understand? So like my fucking health declined. Eventually, I found the job to be no longer enjoyable for me, you know. So like I just got fired basically, and then I went when I got fired, I went on what you call OW. OW while I'm applying for EI. What my brother did was something dirty. He told me that he was gonna move out and shit like that, but like I didn't take him seriously because like, dude, I thought about moving out the past 9-10 years, right? Hold up. So he legitimately moved out. He legitimately moved out. So I'm like on OW. I'm like my health is failing real bad. I asked my friends like what happened is that I eliminated every contact individual that I had on Facebook, whatever, you know, eliminated. But like I still asked a couple of people for like a home, like a couch. No one could have responded and said yes. So like my older sister took me into the basement, but I smoked pot, and eventually we were able to get my own apartment, and then I was able to get another job. But like the funny thing about this job, it was a job that a friend of mine told me to go get, but I wasn't interested in the money. And they paid $20 an hour, where the other fucking job is like 12 to 15. And my health wasn't failing back then, but now that I got this job that was like sick, my health is failing. So in my mind, I know that it's a ticking time clock. I eventually realized I will be let go, right? So the time comes and I get let go. I go on OW, and the OW makes me sign a paper saying that when EI comes in, you're going to like pay back and stuff like that. I'm like, if you say so, right? So like, so I have my own apartment. I'm on OW until I wait for EI, and then once EI got kicked in, this is in 2019. What happened is that I have to. I'll go back. You have to report if there's any changes and shit of that nature. I changed my bank opened my bank to, I had a CIBC. I also opened up an HSBC or Scotiabank or whatever. I wanted that money to go towards that bank account for whatever reason. And when I called the reporting line, I admitted to the truth that my bank has changed. And then they wanted me to speak to an individual. Now, this happened in 2020 around March when the COVID-19 hit. So I called the number. I was on hold for 5, 6, 7 hours. No one will pick up the phone. My rent is dependent on my EI. I told you the truth. I can't get a hold of you. I go in person. There's no one there. So I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, basically, if I hadn't told the reporting line that my bank information has changed, the money would have came in and whatnot. But now I have to think about how am I gonna pay rent, man? So like I go outside and for the first time in my life, I noticed a guy to my left counting his money, and I'm thinking robbery. Oh my God, I can't do that. So So like I see a Pakistani guy who asked me to like cash a check. It's a scam or whatever, but like if it's gonna pay my bill, it's gonna pay my bill. It's better than robbing some people, you know. So like I took the money, you know. I took the money, and what happened is that uh, in a way, I can't remember exactly, but like when my EI ran out or whatever, I'm not sure. But like when the money came in from Odolia or wherever, the money was taken to cover the insufficient funds, and I was an idiot. I did not want to ask my sister to cover 1 month. I was like, I know people who are going to the homeless shelter. I can do it too, right? Right. So like, yeah. I mean, like, so I went to homeless shelter, guy. But yeah, so like, I have faith in the customer service of Service Canada. But like every single day, 6-7 hours trying to get a hold of them, while people's rent is dependent on like. And the thing is, like I could have asked my sister maybe for the money, but like I was like, I will try this out because it's like it's not much different than my apartment. We're civilized human beings, you know. So like sometimes, you know, that Tupac guy, he said that song, "Me Against the World," right? And I've read about those some folks that write on Facebook about not having, I have no friends or whatever and shit. It reminds me of like something that was purposefully done to people in society that were ignorant, that there is another layer to society that is hidden, that I don't know. Like so, anyways, my brother did not help me with my homelessness, nor did he give me a couch to sleep in when I needed it. You know, like some guy that I used to chill with knocked on my door around 2 or 3 morning. He had a bloody face. Go sleep on the couch. Give me 300 for the couch, you know. But if he said I need the money for like to save it, not a problem. You, my buddy's a buddy. If a buddy's doing that for a buddy, then like family can do that, especially when you're single, right? Because like the other man that you're renting with is a man, and you can put your authority there and be like, he's my brother though, and him, yeah, you know. So like when COVID-19 happened, it felt like a huge fastball that was hitting my fucking chest. You know, I wasn't prepared for 2020. I felt like Canada is supposed to be like straightforward, no mystery, be free and all that, and then I see that there's a hidden things that I don't understand. I felt lonely. I became Elon Musk said, information is money. Misinformation causes psychosis, and we rely on our words. So if we can't speak straight, we can't be in the same reality, you know? I could be thinking you're an enemy or whatever. So I became, I had psychosis, and then eventually my mind broke because of the constant pressure. Eventually, when my mind broke, I had some money. I felt like I was gonna die, so like I went to the hospital to be taken care of. But like I kept hearing the voices in my head, and they're like still, you know, like vultures. It felt like. So you know, I will tell you something. Before I became homeless, there was one guy that I was walking with. He was muscly guy, and then there's another guy that was a complete stranger. They're about to get into it. I told the big guy, listen, you're bigger than him. Back off, whatever. You're not gonna be whatever. He backed off, you know? There's no joy. You have that saying, do you beat a dead horse? Are you trying to make drum noises? No, you know? So like I became, I got introduced to the word psychosis. My mind broke in half, literally broke in half. It felt like. And when I went to hospital, I felt like I was still getting mocked or whatever. and then I went to a motherfucking motel, hotel, or whatever while I was like recuperating, right? They gave me that room. They made me pay for 2 beds. You look at the bathtub, there seems to be shit or fucking dirt. They tell me like when a man is hurting, it's like the man that needs a fish. He will listen to you because what you have to say might be right. He will take that chance, you know. So like they got me to go in the shower while in a cold shit, and I kept attacking and attacking, let me keep going with the story for a bit. Eventually, I was like, fuck this motel. I'm gonna go to another motel. And then they put me in a room 36. And then I hooked up with my brother who took me for a ride to Toronto, Ethiopia, to pick up a dude from the airport, right? I was still feeling like half a brain. And the people in the head, they're like, this guy's spatial awareness is pretty good. It's pretty good. Whatever. And then he was talking to my sister, the younger one that we brought. I spoke to her, and then we had an agreement that she will come to like take me from London to Ethiopia. So like she took me there. She's like, are you, my husband is concerned that you are suicidal and that you're gonna jump the balcony.
So what I want to know also is,
Let me finish up the story. So like my sister, my sister got me on ODSP, right? The goal that she had was to send me to Somalia, right? And while I'm in Somalia, the goal was to pile up the money, and I get stronger while I'm there, and I come back with rent money. This lady is going through my. This lady asked that I help her set up some kind of Amazon or whatever to use my debit or whatever. You know, I'm generous. Like I'm not gonna be like look at you as a stranger. This person's looking up on my email transfers and things, snooping around. But this person made me feel as though like I was a baby too. Like when I needed money for cigarettes, like I had to beg, and like when you're half a brain and recuperating, you can only spend time on yourself and not on the outside, you know. So like you operate, especially when it's the person you think cares about you, whatever. You operate on a level of complete trust. Anyways, let's fast forward. She makes me pay for my she makes me pay for my airplane ticket, for my clothes and all that out of my pocket and shit like that. She has a husband that works, she has a roommate that pays, and then she has her own income. Yet she can't do the gift of like I got you, you know.
Which sucks. It sucks.
And like do like a proper management where it's like here's the money that got deposited, and shit like that. I stayed there from the month of May to the month of December, 7 months, where the money is unaccounted for. I got approved for ODSP in the month of December, the month I left, and this woman asked me to get my debit card and my credit card. So like this woman, I was supposed to come back, like the horses ahead, not a problem, but like I need support that does not solely my trust. Like my brother wouldn't give me a couch, and like who is the roommate, you know? And so that's kind of like weird, you know? And the sister was supposed to. I stayed in Somalia.
Yo, we're busy right now, bro.
You're a university student?
No, man.
Okay, good.
Yo, I stayed in Somalia for 10 months. 10 months on ODSP's 10 grand that I could have came back to, where I could have spent 1 year physically working out, feeling mentally healthier, and then going to work. But that woman antagonized me. It made me increase my cigarette smokes, and I realized that the money that was supposed to be saved up for me or whatever is gone. So like it's fucking gone. So like so it makes me think what happened between May to December, and then what happened to December to September. That's like counting that money is 10 grand plus 7. That's almost 17 grand, my nigga. So like, I was like, fear God, you know? This is like hellfire worthy, my humble opinion, and yet she doesn't back down, you know? You know, like I was thinking about like when I come back, I'm gonna put you in jail and shit like that, you know? Like eventually,
She robbed you?
she took all that fucking money, drained my credit card, drained my fucking ODSP money, drained May to December, suspect, 17 grand, suspect. Now, if you were the sister, I would think about not liking you, right? So like I think about putting you in jail, but like you got a daughter, so like I don't want to fuck up the daughter's life, right? Right. So like my money. I realized that I have a fucking ticket that I can go back with, but like I got no money. But like I have another sister. That sister said, just tell those people at the CIBC that you lost your bank card or whatever, so that she stopped having access to it, you know, so that you may at least have 1 or 2 deposit, you know. I had to beg this woman for money so that I could have a taxi to go on when I come back. She lives like less than 20 minutes that she could drive me, but she wanted me to go to Ethiopia. I thought about smashing up that car. She bought a new car. I thought about smashing up that car.
Who is this lady?
She's my younger sister that I saw
Oh.
in Ethiopia. I saw about the one that I patted her head for the first time.
So it's your sister who robbed you?
Yes, the one that we brought her
So-
from motherfucking Africa to here.
So was that the breaking point for you?
No. The breaking point is funny. It's funny. So like I had a goal to stay with some nigga, right? But like that person moved, and then another person's gone. So like I know no one. So I'm like fuck. And then I called that central intake line, and it's basically like Russian roulette. So like I'm like fuck. I recognize the female voice, face. I knew that it's gonna be a fuck up, shiesty, whatever. But like, I take my shot. Better than like going outside. Maybe it can pan out. I'm a gambler, right? So like, unfortunately, some people are not as cool as they can be, and it did not work out with that human being. When it did not work out with that human being, I was stuck becoming homeless. But I went to my sister, right? And I asked her for something very basic. I can't remember exactly. It may have been like a cup of Somali tea, but she wouldn't give me a cup of Somali tea, you know? But she would toss $5 and take that $5 and get away from me, kind of, you know?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
At that time, were you using drugs?
I used, okay, I did not do drugs until I was like 19. I was always around, super chill, super normal. You're always responsible for your words, your thoughts, and your movement, and never a bad trip. Never a bad trip. So like,
Before I started interviewing you, what was it you were smoking?
there's some rapper raps about it. I think they call that crystal meth, where they have the Breaking Bad, where they may be spraying in the air.
So what was the first time you did that?
The very first time that I did that was a single toke that I did at a basement with a guy whose name was Mustafa Bayasuni. He gave me a toke. All I noticed from that toke is that it made my eyesight stronger, that I could see more magnetized or whatever, magnified. So, and then the next time that I ever tried it was the wrong year to motherfucking try it, the year of COVID-19, the year of weirdness. Yeah, like I have no idea what SARS is about, I have no idea what COVID-19 is about, but like it was the wrong year. But anyhow, my sister wanted me to take the $5 over getting a cup of like a good cultured Somali tea, right? And it was like a form of disrespect. but like I believe in God. I will tell you something. Okay, now you know why I separate myself from the system and bro, right? But like, let me tell you something. I listen. The atheist people told me that Hindu is a Hindu because they were born into Hindu. The Christians are Christian because they were born into Christian. And Muslims are Muslim and all that. I did not want to be a Muslim because my family is Muslim. I wanted to be a Muslim because my logic says, my reasoning says that it is. Anyways.
Anyways, bro, I gotta get going, man.
You go home and
Bro,
you do
it was
your
mad-
thing.
Mad nice to talk to you. Omar.
Likewise.
Real talk,
Yeah.
bro.
I wanted to be a world leader.
And yo,
I wanted to be a world leader, unite the world in peace, and fuck up. It wasn't for my glory. It was for the glory of mankind. But I chose to like try to befriend mankind when I should have stood by God.
where can people find you if they want to bring you anything or help you?
You gotta make appointments with me.